This is the easiest, quickest, whole foods post-training meal ever. This is actually so good. So that's my mindset when I go to restaurants. So healthy, you can have it for breakfast. Tastes like a sweet treat. I wish I had this voice literally even a few years ago. Hello and welcome to my second week of eats. I'm gonna be taking you grocery shopping with me this week, to the supermarket, to the health food shop, and planning out my week a little bit with you and showing you how that I stay on top of everything. I'm gonna be explaining the food I eat, why I eat these foods, my goals at the moment, anything I've learned or changed recently, and what's on the menu this week. And hey, if you're new here, I'm Jessie. I'm an online fitness and nutrition coach, but I'm also on my own journey to be healing my gut and managing a condition through an anti-inflammatory lifestyle, whilst not only maintaining a lean and toned physique daily, but also healing my gut, but so I can feel my most energized, most productive self, because I'm just a little girl with big dreams, and to carry out these big dreams, I need to feel energized. I've been sharing my healthy habits and routines that allow me to achieve all of these goals. Gut health, productivity, for my mental health as well, physically, toned, lean, in a nutshell. But it's important to note, I don't have all the answers. I'm always learning, growing, evolving, and sharing what's working for me right now, knowing that that can change at any point. But also sharing that with you because I wish I had this voice literally even a few years ago. I really wish I had that, because I've been through it. I struggled with the bloating, I struggled with the tiredness, I struggled with the poor mental health. In my previous week of eats, I went over a little bit more about my journey and how that has informed my choices today. And then something I'm focusing on massively in December is anti-inflammatory meals, because I have a condition and it's flaring at the moment. And so not only am I focusing on anti-inflammatory nutrition, but I'm also focusing on an anti-inflammatory lifestyle. I've pulled back my training. I train 2 to 3 times a week. I don't do any high intensity, and I used to be like a runner. Like, I used to live for intervals or the Stairmaster. I love that runner's high. So if you want healthy habits and routine, a space where you don't settle for feeling average or below average just because that's the normal for everyone else, then you're in the right place. I wanted to show you my new lock screen, because if you've watched my November reset, you know that I changed my lock screen to be something that really is my intention and focus for the month, and it really inspires me and motivates me to carry on and do better. If it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. Misogi. So misogi is a Japanese concept, and I listened to a really good podcast by Rob Dial called The Mindset Mentor on misogi. And it's about doing one intentionally hard thing that is going to accelerate your growth, but it has to be hard. It has to scare you. It has to push you out of your comfort zone. It has to have a clear chance of failure, so it forces you to grow. If it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. Misogi. Happy December. Also, wow, this, you'll have seen it in every single vlog because I'm such a believer in it. But this greens is the best. This is the strawberry margarita one. Tastes so good. It's got like prebiotic fibre in it, vitamins, minerals, greens, antioxidants. Now, a greens juice does not solve everything, but it does add that little 1 to 5% extra. And if you have the opportunity to, do it. So it's Sunday, meaning I'm having a little bit of a reset day, restocking, refueling, getting prepped and organised for the week, because if I'm not prepped and organised, I am going to make shitty decisions throughout the week, okay? So what I do on a Sunday is I go get my sourdough crumpets from a cafe near us, because they sell them at wholesale, and then I go to the health food shop to get all the little bits that I know I can't get in the supermarket, and then I'll go to Woolies, do my main shop, and then prep some things for the week. So I'm going to bring you along with me. I'm having a caffeine-free Oxy because I didn't even have a late Saturday night last night. I went to an event which was really cool. I literally went to this event for Breeze Balm, and we were back home by 8:30. It was a good vibe to be around, very interesting. Anyways, it's Sunday afternoon. I've got shit to get done, so here we go. Enjoy the ride. bars, the grenade ones, all of these. I used to have them religiously. They were like a sweet treat. I've literally had every single one of these. Like all of them. I used to love them. I used to love these. Because I used to think, oh, protein, like protein, yeah, it's good for me, good for me. But I mean, literally if you pick up any single one of them, there's going to be a million ingredients you can't eat. And then I would wonder, oh, why am I so bloated? Why do I feel sluggish? All that stuff. Well, it turned out it just was the processed stuff I was eating, but I didn't know any better. And of course it says protein, low sugar. I was like, it must be good for me. It was not. So if you want a protein bar, the EHP ones are really good ingredients. And I also love these ones. They scan really good on Yuka. They're young. It's like a sweet treat. But at the end of the day, it is a sweet treat. Not supposed to be had all the time. These are also really good. Just in the shops, vlogging away. And then I get to the end of my shop. I'm about to start scanning things and I look at my phone and it's on 1% and I stressed out because my phone battery is so bad. And I was like scanning it so quick. Honestly, it was a sight to see because without my phone, I can't pay. And that would have been totally embarrassing. Actually surreal that I am now sponsored by a supplements company as an athlete, and this is what I used to do every single day. I used to be here every single day. If I wasn't working, I was training and I would literally be here every day. It's such a full circle moment. This is a godsend. If you can't sleep, then it's absolutely unreal. It's got ashwagandha, L-theanine in it. It's got collagen too, and it's a hot chocolate. It's my sweet treat religiously every single night. You'll see me in all my vlogs, literally. You can't lie about that when you literally have it every night. Also, all the girls in my house have it now too. So. As I was getting into content, this was one of the very first food pictures that I shared on my Instagram, and I very quickly learned that unless you share the recipe immediately, you are gonna get absolute death threats over it. Recipe, literally, recipe please, oh my goodness. Anyways, so here is the full recipe and ingredients and a few little alterations I've made. So I'm making pizza bagels. So these are the sourdough bagels. So I go ahead and chop up these tiny weeny little tomatoes. They're the super sweet ones, because I feel like they just add a little bit of freshness on the side, and I love to top them with this extra virgin olive oil, which is incredibly rich in polyphenols, which help reduce inflammation in your body by reducing oxidative stress. And then I go ahead and top it with tomato paste, which is 100% tomato, and then I pop bone broth on it, because my secret talent is, you'd have seen it from my other vlogs, I can put bone broth in anything and everything. Not only does it make it taste unreal, but it also really helps repair your gut lining. So I mix that all in with a little bit of garlic, a little bit of Italian herbs, and top it with cottage cheese, because after all, I am just a gym girly. My Italian dad would kill me thinking I am making pizzas out of bagels, bone broth and cottage cheese. However, this is the secret to making it super high protein and also keeping you nice and satisfied after eating it. The important thing is you need to toast this sourdough bagel before you put any of the toppings on. This means that when you pop it in the air fryer, it doesn't go soggy. So hot. This is actually so good. It's so good. The bone broth makes a massive difference because it's like salty. It's actually one of my favorite meals. I'm not even gonna say it tastes like pizza, because it is pizza. It's got the dough, it's got the cheese. Something to note is I do eat out a lot, and this is because I practice food freedom. When I eat out, for the majority of the time, I try to aim for places that are gonna make me feel good. Food freedom to me is being able to eat out and not having to pick something simple off the menu. Do you know, like the boring things, like if you're in a bodybuilding prep, like you have to have something that's easy to track. That's not food freedom to me. I want to be trying whatever I want off the menu. I'm one of those people. Right, you tell me. Actually, there's two types of people in the world. There's the type of people, and they go to a restaurant and they choose something, and if they really like it, they'll go to that restaurant and they'll try it. They'll have the same thing again. I'm the opposite. I'm the other type of person. If I choose something on that menu and I really like it and I absolutely love it and I will 110% get it again, I will then go back to that restaurant and choose a different thing. Because if the first thing I've chosen from that restaurant is my favourite everything, then imagine how good the other things could be as well. You might get an even better favourite thing. So that's my mindset when I go to restaurants. So I always like to try the seasonal menus. You don't need to choose something simple because you're not in a bodybuilding prep. Even if you're tracking, like, you don't need to do that. Let me know what type you are, whether you're the type that chooses the same thing once you found something you really like, or you'll explore the rest of the menu. So I do eat out a lot, but I'd say like 80 to 90% of the time that I eat out, I go to places that are careful about the ingredients they use. So for example, one of my favorite places to eat out is Burley Baker, because everything they make is sourdough and everything they make is with like organic ingredients. So for example, they do the most unreal brownie. It's my favorite brownie on the Gold Coast. And they make the brownie with grass-fed butter. And they make cinnamon scrolls with sourdough in it. And they make everything as low sugar as possible with whole ingredients, with higher fibre in there. It's so good. That's my way of socialising. Like, I'd much rather get dinner with the girls than go out for a few bevs, like all the time, consecutively. Of course I'll go for a few bevs here and there, but you know, it's a key way of I socialise. I love food. I absolutely love food. So of course I want to try new restaurants. Of course I want to get meal inspo. I get so inspired by these places. Like how cool they've managed to put together a whole dish like that. That is from like nutrient dense foods. That's going to make me feel good.
Now, one thing about me is I cannot cook a recipe with loads of ingredients in, but I feel like this is the one dish that I make that's a bit of an exception, because yes, it's got loads of ingredients in, but I cook it once and it literally lasted me 2 weeks because I froze half of it. So I start by chopping up some leeks, getting them into a big pan, adding some ghee in there. Ghee, not only does it taste unreal, but it's actually clarified butter, so it's better for you as well. And then I add in some chopped garlic, and then I make it as easy as possible because, as I mentioned, I hate cooking. So I added in some pre-chopped mushrooms, and then you already know, bone broth. This one is a lemon and herb bone broth, so not only does it season it, it's also great for your gut. Then I just chop up my chicken, which I'm not showing because that is gross.
This is like the most Aussie thing I'm gonna do ever, but I'm just gonna barbecue my chicken for the meat. So I basically ingredient prep, which means I cook my chicken for the first few days. I make sure everything's really easy to go so that I can just throw it together. I don't always like meal prep per se, because I don't really want to eat all the same things all the time, as long as everything's super easy for the week. So cooking my chicken now on the barbecue.
Alright, back to the cooking scenario. What I did then was just add in the gnocchi that I had already scanned on Yuka in the supermarket into some boiling water, zested some lemon, I'm not sure if that's the word, and then I chopped up these fresh herbs that I got as well. Always wash your herbs. Now, then I go in with some beans, and oh my goodness, how hard is it to open a tin sometimes? Like, what the helly? So this is my skills. Do not judge them. As I said, I'm not a cook, I'm not a chef. I am just trying my best to have some nutrient dense foods in here. So the reason I have beans is because beans are great for fibre. They are one of the best foods for fibre, and the variety of beans in there. Variety is great for your gut. It helps build up your good gut microbiome, and the fibre helps make your gut resilient to all foods as well. Fibre also changes how the carbs are absorbed in your system, so that's why it's got fibre in there and it makes it super satisfying. So I mixed it all together, a little bit of ricotta, used my blunt as hell knife to chop up the chicken, and suddenly all of that cooking was worth it because wow.
Pre-workout snack I have on repeat all the time. It's literally my favourite. So it's a sourdough crumpet. Sourdough, obviously, because it's fermented, all organic, nice, a slower release of energy as well. Raw honey for the faster release of energy. Basically, before you train or before you go work out or run or whatever you do, you pretty much just want carbs, because if you have too much fats or proteins with it, it can actually make you feel a little bit heavy and slow the digestion of the carbs. You can also just have like a banana or some dates, but for me, I need something more substantial because I hate getting hungry halfway through my workout. And then cinnamon and then salt because it gives you a good pump, but honestly, it's absolutely unreal. What the heck?
It just felt right.
This is how you eat a crumpet. Obviously need some caffeine, so I have an oxy shred every single time. This is the easiest, quickest, whole foods post-training meal ever. And it helps replenish your glycogen that you've just depleted from training hard, and also it gives you your protein to help you actually build and repair your muscles, okay? It takes 2 seconds, and it's got blueberries on it, which is full of antioxidants because it's got loads of polyphenols in it. So we go with my oats. Literally, it's like 3 steps: oats, water, microwave, stir protein powder, put on blueberries. Maybe that's 4, I'm not sure. Anyways, super easy. This is how they're looking. Oh, so hot.
As I mentioned previously, I don't track my food anymore, but I do weigh my post-training meal so that I have enough carbs and enough protein, so I actually see the physical results from my time in the gym.
I've been loving having electrolytes recently as well after the gym to replenish all of the salts that I've just sweated out, because electrolytes actually help with hydration. You can be drinking all of this water, but it's not actually, do I even train? What the heck? But it's not actually being absorbed in the best way possible into your muscles. And literally, tastes like a sweet treat. So good. This week I literally have the most elite lunches. I have basically got a recipe from Em the nutritionist, and I always save all of her recipes because they look absolutely delicious and I never make any of them. So this is the first time that I'm making it, and it's going to be a Christmas toastie. I think it's got like 50 grams of protein in, obviously whole foods. I've made a few little swaps and additions to it as well, so I'm so excited. And it's preppable. I've got this sourdough. So this sourdough is just from a local baker. I've got this cranberry sauce, which I went through Woolworths, scanning all of them on UK, and it turns out this one's actually the best. So that's a good one. Crushed garlic. I just have this cottage cheese because I actually just love the texture of it. I love it. And then I'm gonna add in bone broth as always. I've got these spring onions, and I actually just chop them up and freeze them so I can use them whenever I need. And then of course brie as well. It's gonna taste like Christmas. It's gonna taste like Christmas in a bite, and it's toasty. And I've recently been loving toasties, like the crunch of a toastie. Unreal.
Now, there was a time in my life a few years ago where having a toastie for lunch would freak me out, because what do you mean I'm having carbs with my lunch? What the helly? And especially with those fats in there, like I'm going to be having brie and all sorts. Also, did you just see my secret talent of managing to sneak bone broth in there? But since I learned more about nutrition and incorporating carbs in every meal, specifically things like sourdough and whole grains to keep my blood sugar stable, it's actually left me so much more satisfied, meaning that not only am I energized throughout the day, but also my hormones are super happy, keeps my stress nice and low, which helped recover my period after a long time without it from overtraining, undereating, albeit accidentally at some points. But honestly, I would used to go run like 15 kilometers on an empty stomach, and I did that for a couple of years before I actually got qualified and was like, wow, our body needs carbs. Now, for men and some people, low carb might be okay, but specifically for most women, it absolutely is not okay. Carbs should absolutely never be demonized, but I get it. It was imprinted in my brain, albeit accidentally, but I'm here to help you undo that and normalize eating a toastie for lunch and making it that little bit more nutritious to keep your gut happy and to keep you satisfied. The reason I love this one is because not only is it crunchy, I love that texture in there, but it's got Christmas foods in a healthy way.
I think this may be the best thing I have ever made. Oh my god. Em was like, cut the toastie before you put it in the air fryer, and I think that is the biggest hack. But oh my god, I'm so excited to eat this. It literally smells like Christmas. That is unreal. I would say this is like way healthier than a typical Christmas lunch. It's lacking vegetables a little bit, but you know, we'll have some veggies with dinner, but it tastes absolutely unreal and it tastes like Christmas. It's not really what I eat, but this is my favourite green tea. I'm a bit of a religious tea drinker, but only herbal teas. So yeah. So I love green tea because I like the taste of it, and it's got L-theanine in, which reduces inflammation, reduces oxidative stress. It helps like make sure you don't get a crash from caffeine, so it's like stable energy. I think it actually increases your insulin sensitivity as well, which is incredible. Less blood sugar spike. It can support gut health, and to be fair, when you've got a green tea, just feel like a little health queen. It's such a nice way to, instead of snacking throughout the afternoon, and just having like a nice hot tea. Electrolyte drinks. Strawberry kiwi. Strawberry kiwi. Oh my god. This is fun. So I just got it. Oh! Hands! Oh my goodness. It is like Christmas. This is my Christmas from recently. I freaking love these. I actually love these. Shake. They're electrolytes, but they're the raspberry refresh ones. You cannot get the raspberry refresh like at all. Like the actual powder, so this is unreal. It's electrolytes, guess the flavour.
Is it one of them two?
Yeah, it's one of those two.
Raspberry refresh.
Raspberry refresh!
Again.
Drinks fridge is going to be looking full.
Woo! Oh yeah.
I love it. Live unboxing. Protein powder. Yeah. Woohoo! Because we needed some of that.
That's not
2 supplements left. I love that flavour. There's greens. Another greens. And the flavour is Ecto Freeze.
Oh, I've got that one.
Well, that is a really good haul.
That's a very good one.
Got greens, got protein powder, got enough electrolytes to get me through summer, and some caffeine-free cans. Yay! Slay the day. Do you know what? It's actually Christmas colours as well. I could make like a little Christmas tree out of that. They've sent me Christmas colours. Wow. My end of night routine is
always the same. I want an easy dinner. My brain is fried right now. I do not even want to think about it. So I have pretty much ingredient prepped, meal prepped my dinner to be super nutritious so I can end the day with a nice whole foods dinner. And it's comforting. I'm having lasagna. Well, lazy lasagna. It sounds gross, but I actually meal prepped this 2 weeks ago and froze half of it. I made a big sugo, so I made a big batch of bolognese, but I actually added in loads of veggies, loads of carrots, loads of onions, celery. I added in a little bit of red wine for the soul, and I added in bone broth. Oh yeah, so I followed my auntie's recipe because she gave me a good lasagna recipe. The only thing I changed was the meat. So I've actually got kangaroo in here, and kangaroo is actually really super lean meat, so it's really high protein, low calories. It's the mince, so it's 100% kangaroo. You wouldn't even know it's kangaroo. Everyone in England's gonna probably freak out, or maybe the US as well, that I'm eating kangaroo. Even Aussies don't really like eating that much kangaroo, but it's really high in iron, and I'm due on my period, so having extra iron naturally through my food at this time is so important for me. It's just yum. Anyways, and then I've got these lasagna sheets, so I just I pop this in here in my stove, and I'm gonna put some extra bone broth in there, and then I add in these egg lasagna sheets, literally pure egg lasagna sheets, chop them up, or break them up with my hands, and then just leave it to simmer while I'm gonna go shower and like shower off the day.
Now, I'm from an Italian family, meaning we love to eat good food, nutritious food, and they are going to be absolutely shocked how not only have I butchered pizza, but I have also butchered lasagna. But you know, you've got to enjoy your home comfort while staying on track with my goals, and knowing that you can literally alter any recipe to make it fit you, your goals, whether that be a calorie deficit, whether that be gut health, like me sneaking in bone broth to everything, or maybe just feeling more satisfied after your meals, which is exactly why I help people through one-to-one fitness and nutrition coaching so they can have the foods they love, learn how to incorporate them, and achieve their goals.
Now, I don't know about you, but something about me is I need a sweet treat daily. Absolutely daily. I love my sweet treats, and I make my sweet treats so healthy you can literally have them for breakfast, but I've made these before. They're inspired by a recipe that Jessie K, who I live with, threw together one day. I've just made it more protein focused and changed a few little things. It's basically these fudgy blueberry muffins, and they are so healthy you could have them for breakfast, but oh my god, they taste like something you'd get from a bakery. They taste so good, you would have no idea they're good for you. Honestly, you give them to a kid, literally give them to a kid, and they'd absolutely have no idea. Now, it's got a few little secret ingredients in it. Now, the surprise ingredient is zucchini, but you can't tell it's in there. I chose blueberry muffins, wild blueberries. I've actually just switched to wild blueberries. They're a little bit smaller, but they've basically got double the amount of antioxidants in them. Allulose is my sweetener, which you might have seen before in my vlogs. It's basically a sweetener, literally no calories, sugar-free, not processed. It's got prebiotics in it, so it's kind of good for the gut as well. So it's like one of the best sweeteners out there. I used to use monk fruit, but I actually just use this now. Ferret's great for baking, the texture's great. Chickpea flour to give it that texture, the fudgy texture, and it's also super high in fibre and protein actually. And then oat flour as well. And then of course, EHP vanilla protein. This gives it that sweetness, this gives it the protein. This means that you can have these blueberry muffins for breakfast if you want, because it's high in protein. And then a couple of eggs. I like to go for the pasteurized free-range eggs. Look at the colour of those. You can always tell a good egg by the yolk though, so we'll see how they crack. And bananas, a little bit of oat milk. But yeah, I'll do it.
Now, once again, I am not a chef or a baker, so the fact that I can throw this together gives me full hope that you can also throw it together. I'm not a gatekeeper, so I will not gatekeep the recipe, but if I read it out to you, you're not going to take notes, so just comment the word blueberry and I will send it to you exactly, so you know exactly how to weigh everything out and make the most delicious blueberry muffins you've ever made in your entire life. You can also freeze them, which is what I did because I go to Sunrise early in the morning. I don't want to make anything before I go, but I also need to eat within half an hour of waking up, which is just a habit that signals to my body that it's safe and it can perform all of its normal functions, such as regulating my hormones and setting me up for success throughout the day. Now, in all of my meals, including my sweet treats, I prioritize nutrient density, which is why I got the blueberries in there and the mixtures of flours. I also prioritize getting high fibre and also high protein in there for this instance. Now, I'm not one of those gym girlies that proteinifies absolutely everything, but if you have a protein goal to hit or you have them first thing in the morning like me, it is necessary to have that protein in there. I have no idea what that technique was. Rewind that 5 seconds and look at that technique with the wooden spoon mixing in, because as I mentioned, I am not a baker. I am just a girl trying to heal her gut and have satisfying meals, keep me energized, provide all the nutrients that I need for a nice long and healthy life and to keep me nice and lean and toned. Now, just because I don't try to proteinify everything doesn't mean I don't actually try fibrefy everything. I think I just made that word up. That basically means I try and make everything quite high fiber, because fiber itself is not digested by the gut. It actually reaches the colon intact, where it is then fermented by the body, which nourishes the gut, calms inflammation, supports digestion and supports blood sugar management and even your mood as well. Now, no fiber means hungry microbes, and hungry microbes mean a weaker gut, which is more inflammation, poorer digestions. Different fibers feed different bacteria, which is why it matters more than just hitting a high fiber number. For example, blueberries provide the soluble polyphenol-rich fibers that support beneficial bacteria. Chickpea flour offers fermentable fiber, and zucchini contains gentle soluble fiber.
Look, oh my god, they look so good. I'm so excited to try one. They've got a little bit more green this time. Last time I made them, they weren't looking so green or blue, but the trick is to use frozen blueberries, and I think mine were defrosting a little bit, but look. Oh my god. The highest fiber, most whole foods blueberry muffin. So healthy, you can have it for breakfast. High in protein as well. Yum.
Smells so good.
Ali is going to tell you if they actually taste healthy or if you could get away with it as a sweet treat. Okay.
And I'm not, I'll be honest.
Yeah. Look at the blues.
It is blueberrying.
It is, it really is. I like how fudgy it is. Mine is really fudgy.
It's sweet. It's fudgy. It's refreshing. I don't know how else to describe it.
Good job, that's what
I feel like maybe I prefer it cold. Especially in the summer. That's my only feedback. That's so good. It's got zucchini in it.
It's got zucchini in it.
Well, I didn't even taste zucchini. Would you look at that?
Do you even like zucchini? I can't remember.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
When they're in fries.
Yeah, literally. Ali approved.
Woo! Woo! Harsh critic over here.
Actually good.
Dear editor, please do not zoom in on me chewing.
The macros are 95 calories, 5 grams of fiber, 8 grams of protein, 13 grams of carbs, and 2 grams of fat. So for under 100 calories, you're having 8 grams of protein and 5 grams of fiber.
That's crazy.
That's so good, isn't it? I'm just working and I'm having a ginger tea, and ginger tea is so good for your digestion. But sometimes it's a bit spicy. Like towards the end of the cup, like it's real spicy.
So on Saturday we tried this new cafe in the Gold Coast. It's a produce-led cafe, meaning they source local ingredients and make delicious food. And as I mentioned earlier, I don't like to have boring things on the menu. So I had a Indian-inspired rosti with beef brisket, poached eggs, cashew cream and 2 sweet treats. On to our next eating out. We always get noodle from Broadbeach, poached chicken, curry sauce and the rice. If you know, you know with these ones. The final thing is I pretty much get a daily matcha as well. Always iced, half skim, half water. Hope you enjoyed my updated week of eats. Comment if you would like another one.